calling together the board meeting of the Honolulu Authority for Rapid Transportation. It is Thursday, September 29, 2016. We are at Kako'o II, and it is about 9:05 a.m. Let us first begin with public testimony on all agenda items. Okay, Michael Kumukaoha Lee. I hope that's a H versus an L. Michael Lee.
Mahalo, Chair Hanabusa. My name, as you correctly pronounced it, is Michael Kumukaoha Lee. I'm a recognized consulting party to the PA Programmatic Agreement in the Kako'o 5 years, coming to those meetings. Recognized lineal descendants for the iwi kupuna in this area. A recognized cultural descendant by OIBC and SHPD for all the EV and the HART Rail, as well as in this area, and a recognized Native Hawaiian cultural practitioner for this area. And we have registered in SHPD Section 6E a burial site registration of our family Shark God Cave, iwi kupuna. This was clocked into SHPD August 10th. It shows exactly where the location of the cave is under the Ho'opili train station. And this is he made it up 10 minutes ago. We engaged with Matt McDermott, your archaeologist, since November 12, 2011, 5 years ago, and even before that, in numerous emails telling him about our family site of the Shark God Caves with our iwi kupuna on the Ho'opili site with maps. This never got into the AIS. We testified in the Land Use Commission as the witness under oath April 4th, 2012, 4 years ago. Same thing, family iwi kupuna. I was the guy who sued Haseko Inc.'s billion-dollar Eva Marina project, and I prosecuted my own case to the state Supreme Court, defunding from Deutsche Bank the $1 billion for that project because I showed in my briefs that I used the shrinkage of the marina to get in to show their banker that if they decided to break through in the proposed Eva Marina channel, this is the evidence I would bring to court. It cost them several $1 million in the 8-year process. Now, what OHA has done yesterday has, as beneficiary, they are going to ask and petition for a new supplemental EIS for the HART Rail because of Honolulu Gulch's, there's pueo in there and the endemic endangered damselfly, which is on the Federal Fisheries and Wildlife Endangered List. OHA, through Kamana'u Crab's office and Kai Markel, Manager of Compliance and Enforcement, will petition the Office of Environmental Quality to do a supplemental EIS for HART Rail through the sites of Honolulu Gulch, the East Oahu by the new guideway there, and throughout the Ho'opili area. We have brought substantial evidence that shows the existence of these rare endangered species, the pueo owl for the state endangered species list, and the federal endemic red-orange damselfly. Also, in that Land Use Commission for D.R. Horton's attorneys that recognized me as the Native Hawaiian cultural practitioner in this way, in this area. I brought to HART in our Kako'o meetings where you have the guideways that significant sinking is taking place, and mitigation was done last year to fill up the sinkholes in the area of the Honolulu Historic Bridge next to the Behavioral Health Center, Kahimohala. It was featured in Catherine Cruz's report back in August 6th. We have asked for a continual monitor, and we petitioned OHA, who brought out Kai Markel, who is coming up with a report for Office of Hawaiian Affairs Manager of Compliance and Enforcement, that these mitigation efforts for the health and safety of the general public were not enough, and continual monitoring needs to be done, because the mitigation of putting, I'll let you have these pictures and you can pass them around. They're yours in evidence. The mitigation was to put blue rock in sinkholes 8 feet deep. Now the blue rock is sinking. That was last year's mitigation in 2015 in September. May of this year, they're sinking where Catherine Cruz put a ruler and it disappeared. And we're saying right below there is 2 bus stops where people stay. And if we have on the books from NOAA that this year is a La Nina year, significant rain event is going to take place in our area. This has happened every 10 years. In 1996, 14 inches of rain. In 2006, people could not pass through because of 12 inches of rain falling by the golf course next to Queens Hospital. Now it's 10 years after that. It's 2016, La Nina year, expected to be a heavy rainfall. The last 2 years, 2014 and 2015, were El Nino years, extremely dry. I'm going to let this pass around. This is my registration burial. It's for your... Okay. So the information about the damselfly and the Kupuna Caves, this is my letter to Sierra Club. That's also to be entered into record. I have found that going to the 5-year Kako'o meetings that were set up, it's now being shut down. Kanehili Cultural Hui, which I'm a part of, we bring significant Hawaiian issues. In fact, the only present Hawaiian consistently going for 5 years. They have isolated us from the regular body. We used to meet as a consulting group. Now we are isolated from the consulting group. We do not get regular minutes to our meetings. We have to tape our own meetings. We are not being facilitated by Kako'o II, Tricia Watson. Our request for meetings, she's now going to hold a meeting for the entire group starting October. We used to have quarterly meetings with the general body of consulting parties. It is a total shutdown. After I went to OHA and made a stink about all of this, she started to hold a meeting now. And this is a gross violation of due process under the HART PA, especially stipulation 12B, which because of our recognized EV issues and recognition by OIBC under Section 6E DLNR, we are being denied the recognized seat at the table we have. She will, everything we put in for our agendas, she refuses, and here's copies of what we asked for. She reads the stipulations as, this does not belong in the meeting. And according to programmatic agreement stipulations, we as consulting parties have the right to put this, what we want as the agenda. And she claims in her interpretation, no, it doesn't go. There's no due process within this, this procedure, which will lead to a lawsuit. And I can per se a lawsuit, as I did with Eva Marina. We won against Haseko Eva Inc. for the Papipi Road drainage under Judge Eden Hifu, AKA Bambi Weil. We won in the Kalo'i Gulch case in now First Circuit Court, going through for EIS for Kalo'i Gulch. We don't want to do this. My record is partnerships and alliances. We just have to sit down and just like human beings talk it out. We are being shut down from doing that in this process. And that's why I'm making an appeal directly to the board and you, Chair Hanabusa, to please hear what we're saying and do a fact-finding on these charges that I'm making. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Lee, very much.